The video feed flickered to life on millions of screens across the nation, a live broadcast from the Capitol. The commander-in-chief, his face etched with an unfamiliar gravity, stood at the podium, the flags behind him crisp and still. The words that came from his mouth were clear, steady, utterly world-shattering. He announced an immediate, preemptive military strike against a neighboring country, citing intelligence he claimed was irrefutable. The stock market began to plummet in real time, triggering automated sell-offs, financial panic. In cities, people poured into the streets, some in protest, others in fear, their eyes glued to screens in their hands as the leader's calm, resolute voice detailed the first wave of the attack. Within minutes, a bewildered press secretary appeared on a rival network, her face pale, insisting the president was in a secure, unrelated meeting, and that no such order had been given. She called the broadcast a malicious fabrication, a dangerous hoax. But the damage had already begun its inexorable spread. Who were people to believe? Their own eyes and ears? The video that looked flawlessly real? Or frantic denials from an administration now scrambling to control a stolen narrative? The video was a deepfake, a sophisticated digital puppet show. But in those first crucial minutes, it felt as real as the fear it generated. Proof, it seemed, was no longer a matter of seeing, but of believing. Emergency hotlines were overwhelmed, not by reports of war, but by citizens demanding to know what was true. Foreign governments issued urgent statements, placing their militaries on high alert, reacting to the ghost of an action that never occurred. The initial video had been so convincing, so perfectly rendered, that even when it was debunked, a seed of doubt lingered. If this could be faked, what else could be? A jarring global fire drill exposed a vulnerability at the heart of our information ecosystem. We had trusted video as a window to reality. That day, the glass was revealed to be a screen that can show anything. This single, terrifying incident lays bare the precipice on which we stand. The technologies that generate such fictions are no longer confined to Hollywood studios or clandestine intelligence agencies. They are becoming more accessible, more powerful, more user-friendly every day. Manipulating reality at a pixel-perfect level threatens to unravel the shared facts that underpin everything from our justice systems to our democracies. Verifiable proof, a cornerstone of modern society, faces an existential crisis. To understand the threat we face, we must first understand the tools of the deceiver. The term deepfake is a portmanteau, a blend of deep learning and fake. Deep learning is a sophisticated form of artificial intelligence. A neural network teaches itself by analyzing vast quantities of data, countless images and videos of a target person. It learns their facial expressions. It learns their mannerisms. It learns the way light reflects off their skin. It learns the unique way their mouth moves when they speak. It then superimposes that face onto another body or manipulates a video to make them say or do things they never did. Early deepfakes were often glitchy, shimmering edges, unnatural blinking, but advances have made these signs subtle or gone. The AI can now replicate fine details, the crinkling of skin, individual strands of hair. This is about creating a complete, believable performance from a digital puppet, tailored to deliver any message. Beyond video, there is the parallel threat of synthetic audio, voice cloning. With seconds of audio, AI can generate speech virtually indistinguishable from the real voice. It learns pitch, cadence, tone, accent, enabling scams that impersonate loved ones, executives, or public figures. This proliferation creates the liar's dividend. Bad actors can plausibly dismiss real evidence as deepfakes, eroding the power of legitimate proof. The dangers of deepfakes are not abstract. They are already manifesting across society. These forgeries are deployed in political campaigns, financial scams, and deeply personal attacks, leaving confusion, loss, and devastation. 3 short narratives, based on real types of incidents, show threats to democracies and personal identity. Here and now. The first story is political sabotage, seen in recent elections around the globe. The second explores voice cloning scams against a high-profile individual. The third delves into the destructive consequences of deepfake pornography, harassment, and identity hijack. Together, these stories form a triptych of deception, reminding us that behind the tech are human victims, and that all these attacks exploit trust. We are conditioned to trust our senses, public figures, celebrities, friends. Deepfakes weaponize this trust. Harm happens in the first moments of belief, long before debunking. It was October 2025, just 3 weeks before a contentious national election. The race was polling within the margin of error when an audio clip began circulating on fringe platforms, just 45 seconds long, featuring what sounded like the opposition leader, Maria Flores, speaking candidly with an aide, callously dismissing a key demographic and deriding a crucial swing state. Slightly muffled, as if secretly recorded, lending authenticity. Within hours it went viral, amplified by partisan blogs, influential commentators, and looped on cable news. The Flores campaign vehemently denied it as a malicious fabrication, but denials met cynicism, the liar's dividend. Of course they would say it's fake. For many, the damage was instant. The voice sounded exactly like hers, confirming existing suspicions. Experts analyzed the spectrogram and pitch over 48 hours, finding repeating artifacts and unnatural pitch consistency, hallmarks of a voice clone. They declared it a high-quality deepfake. But 48 hours is an eternity in an election. Though debunked, the narrative was tainted. Polls dipped and unease lingered. Flores lost a key swing state by a sliver. The lie had traveled before the truth could get its boots on. Renowned actor Liam Sterling was on a film set in Morocco in the summer of 2024 when his assistant received a frantic call. It was unmistakably David's voice, breathless, terrified. He claimed detention over a visa issue, wallet and passport seized, and demanded an immediate $50,000 processing fee. The voice was perfect. His slight lisp, fast speech when agitated, familiar cadence. The transfer was completed in under 20 minutes. An hour later, the real David called from Los Angeles. Cold dread. They'd been duped by a voice cloning scam. Criminals likely trained on public interviews and podcasts. The greatest harm wasn't financial. It was the violation of trust and the paranoia that followed. A voice, once a reliable identifier, had become data, weaponized against the instinct to help a friend in need. Maya Vance, a 28-year-old architect from a mid-sized city, lived a relatively quiet life. Active in her community, close with friends, she shared design projects and vacation photos. Her life was upended when a friend sent a link with a horrified message. "You need to see this." The site hosted explicit videos. The woman looked exactly like Maya. Her face, her smile, her eyes, but not her body. Her face had been digitally grafted onto a performer with terrifying precision. The shock was immediate, visceral. The videos spread across platforms and chats, often tagged with her full name, place of work, and real profiles. Harassment began within days. Obscene messages poured in. Someone sent the videos to her employer's HR. Reporting was slow and bureaucratic. Removal in one place meant dozens of re-uploads elsewhere. She had to explain her reality repeatedly, to moderators, bosses, even skeptical relatives. It was profoundly isolating. Even after takedowns, the damage lingered like toxic residue. Her reputation tarnished. Her sense of security shattered. She lost her job. The emotional trauma was immense. This form of deepfake abuse, non-consensual synthetic pornography, is common and devastating. It is used to silence, shame, and terrorize, with a disproportionate impact on women. Victims aren't just public figures, they can be anyone. The weapon isn't just disinformation, but the desecration of a person's identity. In an era where our senses can be deceived, we must become critical consumers of information. No single method is foolproof, but combined techniques help. Infographic overview. Check source. Reverse image search. Analyze details. Cross-reference. Scrutinize the source. Who is sharing it? A reputable organization or an anonymous account with no history? Investigate the profile. Lack of info, recent creation, or an all-outrage feed are red flags. Use reverse image search. Upload a frame to see where else it appears. It may be old or a stock photo repackaged as new. For video, trace to the original uploader. Context from the full video often exposes a lie. Ground media in time and place. Many fakes are exposed before deeper forensics are needed. In the content, look for unnatural facial movements, odd blink rates, and lip sync mismatches. Check edges and lighting inconsistencies. In audio, listen for monotone delivery, missing emotional inflections, or strange no background noise. Triangulate. Major events are covered by multiple credible outlets within minutes. If only obscure blogs carry it, be extremely skeptical. Cultivate cross-referencing as a habit, a cognitive firewall against disinformation. Combating deepfakes requires multi-layered defense, technological tools, personal habits, public education. Emerging tools can analyze media, detect manipulations, scan for invisible watermarks, and cross-reference known fakes. They must be accessible to everyone. Cultivate the strategic pause. Resist instant sharing of shocking, emotional content. Pause, breathe, engage critical thinking. Who made this? Why are they sharing it? Is there an original source? Pausing breaks virality and gives time for basic verification. Education is bedrock. Media literacy from schools to adult programs, with special support for older adults. Fact-checkers provide in-depth analyses and public records of debunked claims. Support them by donating, sharing findings, and advocating for their work. Institutions and platforms must act. Craft laws penalizing fraudulent deepfakes, election interference, and non-consensual pornography, while safeguarding free expression and creativity. Require clear labeling in political ads. Invest in detection, slow distribution for human review. Redesign UIs to add context, account age, origin, verification. AI developers must embed cryptographic watermarks and enforce strict terms against abuse. Establish rapid communication among platforms, fact-checkers, and researchers. Cooperate internationally. Treaties addressing deepfakes, attribution, and sanctions for state-sponsored campaigns. We stand at a profound crossroads. Evidence is challenged. Deception advances, threatening to drown us in plausible lies. Yet our capacity to adapt is immense. Awareness, verification, tools, policy, and education, together, can restore trust. Subscribe for Part 2. How Scams Use AI Voices to Steal Money.